What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And in this video I'm going to talk about Lucas Leiva apparently going out on loan to Inter Milan. It will be a season-long loan for Lucas with an option to buy. The reason why it looks increasingly more likely that this will happen is that, first of all, Jurgen Klopp didn't deny the deal happening in his press conference. He refused to talk about it basically, but the fact that he didn't deny it makes it quite likely that this will happen. And also Lucas Leiva has been absent from Liverpool training today. Some training photos came out earlier today, and I was very happy to see Philippe Coutinho back in training. But let me know, what do you think about Lucas Leiva? What do you think about Lucas's 10 years at Liverpool? I have mixed feelings, but I would love to know your opinions. So let me know in the comments below what kind of legacy will Lucas leave at Liverpool FC. I still remember Rafa Benitez signing this pretty unknown centre midfielder from Grêmio in Brazil. When he came, I was actually very excited for a talented young player, but he was more of a defensive midfielder, a holding midfielder, and he never really won the Liverpool fans over, including myself. But he had some pretty good seasons. I think there was one season where Lucas was absolutely outstanding, but injuries took its toll on his body and he lost a lot of mobility. He wasn't the fastest player in the beginning to begin with, but with the injuries I think his body slowed down a bit, and of course with age that also happens. And with Jurgen Klopp's and Liverpool's high pressing, high tempo playing style, Lucas was never going to make it in Liverpool's midfield, so Jurgen Klopp made him a centre-back, and he had some pretty good performances, but I don't think that Jurgen Klopp wants him maybe in the next 2 or 3 years. We didn't extend his contract, and I think he has like 1 year left on his contract. It makes sense to let him go because, and the big reason why Lucas Leiva is allowed to leave on loan to Inter is because Joe Gomez, after a year out, he's back in training, and Jurgen Klopp watched him for the under-23s. He played quite a few games there, and Jurgen Klopp is impressed. And basically we have Matip and Lovren as our first choice centre-back partnership, and then we had Klavan, who was also pretty brilliant recently, apart from the early game, but that was very early in the season. Apart from the Burnley game, which was early in the season. And Lucas was our 4th choice centre-back, but now that Joe Gomez is back, and also we have Thiago Ilori in the under-23s and Mamadou Sakho as well, we don't need so many centre-backs. So Jurgen Klopp thought that the one player who could, who could leave is Lucas. And the other reason is that Lucas Leiva himself said that he really wants to play. He said last month, and I quote, "I have to understand the situation at the moment, keep working and be ready for when the opportunities come. Of course everyone wants to play, we don't have as many games as last year, you have to understand this, but accepting it is very hard, and if you accept not playing too easily, then you probably won't be ready when the chance comes." So it's pretty obvious that Lucas wants to play football, and at Inter Milan, with his experience and with the slower Serie A league, I think it's a lot more suited to his desires of playing more football. And Inter, they are one of the top 5 biggest clubs in the Serie A in Italy, and I think it fits Lucas pretty well. And many players went there in the latter stages of their career and excelled in the Serie A, especially defensive midfielders who don't have a lot of pace, because the Serie A is a lot slower than other leagues, especially the Premier League. And I'm a little bit disappointed with this, because if we get another injury to either Lovren or Klavan, we already have Matip out injured. Jurgen Klopp confirmed that Matip and Coutinho won't be ready for the Man City game. Coutinho just joined training again, and Matip still has this ankle injury, which is a niggling injury, and Liverpool are taking it day by day, and hopefully that will heal very soon. But when we get another injury to Klavan or Lovren, we will be stuck with either Klavan Lovren or Joe Gomez. And that's a worry, to throw in Joe Gomez after 1 year out without any football into the deep end, into a title race in the Premier League. That's a little bit, worrying. But I, of course, who am I to disagree with Jurgen Klopp? So I fully trust Jurgen Klopp and his judgment. And who knows, we might have a centre-back lined up in the January transfer window. There was talk of Jonathan Tah potentially coming to Liverpool. Or, of course, there is talk of Virgil van Dijk, but I think that will be too expensive. And also Man United, Man City and Chelsea also are looking at Van Dijk, especially Chelsea and Man City, who both need a centre-back. And Virgil van Dijk could cost 50-55 million. So, in all honesty, I think Lucas leaves a pretty awesome legacy. He is a fan favorite, he's an absolutely awesome servant for Liverpool. And even though he was never world class, he was always a very reliable, very honest and very loyal player to Liverpool. And almost every Liverpool manager wanted to sell him at one point. And he still is at Liverpool after 10 years. So hats off to Lucas, you will never walk alone. And I will miss you and your jokes in the dressing room and everything. But it's time to move on. Maybe it's time to give young players a chance. And of course, Jurgen Klopp is a pretty big fan of giving young players a chance. So I'm really excited how much Joe Gomez can develop in the coming years under Jurgen Klopp. So these are my thoughts about Lucas Leiva leaving Liverpool for Inter Milan. It's not confirmed yet, but it's almost certain that it will happen in the January transfer window. So let me know what do you think, and thanks for watching, guys. And the new career mode video is coming later tonight, so stay tuned. See you later. Goodbye.